Gionee's been all about selling premium devices at quite reasonable prices. While the internals on the Elife E7 Gionee's last device were great, there were a few issues, and one amongst those issues being looks. Seems Gionee's gone back to the drawing board, and the result? The Elife S5.5, a phone whose claim to fame would be the fact that it's the slimmest in the world right now. But generally, when you go too thin, there are sacrifices that have to be made. Is that the case here with the S5.5? Or has Gionee delivered something truly special? Well, that's what we aim to find out in this video. So, if this is your first time here, or in case you're too enamored with the S5.5's anorexic body to remember, my name's Ash and you're watching C4A Tech. Let's get started. As always, let's start with the built-in design. The Gionee Elife S5.5 looks and feels great. We have a metal frame that's sandwiched between Gorilla Glass on the front and back. While not the most original of designs, it definitely looks good. While the camera on the back's a little raised, this unit's been used for over a month and we don't have any scratches or even signs of usage on it. By the way, since we are talking about durability, let me share a personal experience of mine. Now, don't you feel this review is coming out a little too late? It is, and there is a good reason why. One Sunday morning about a month back, I was on my bike doing about 70 kilometers an hour. I had music playing via my Jaybird Bluebuds X from the S5.5, which I was currently testing at that time. Suddenly the music cut out and to my horror the phone had slipped from my pocket onto the road. I turned back to see it run over by a car. I go back and get the phone and yep, the front display was cracked. There were a few scratches to the side, but that's it. The phone still worked. The touch response was great. The back had tire treads on it. So I had to get a different phone from a friend, test it for a little while, and hence the reason why the review is delayed. But the reason I bring this up here is because not a lot of phones would have managed to remain functional after a drop like that. I didn't expect the S5.5 to, especially given its thickness, but it did, and I feel that's testament to Gionee's amazing build quality. Anyway guys, before I send my phone back into a local service center, I shot footage of the damage and wanted to show that to you guys, but with the review getting delayed, I kinda ended up misplacing it. My apologies for that. Anyway, moving on. On top, we have the notification LED, sensors, earpiece, and a 5 megapixel wide-angle camera. Lower below, the 5-inch Full HD Super AMOLED display, and to the bottom, the capacitive menu, home, and back keys. To the back, we have a 13 megapixel camera, a secondary noise cancelling microphone, and a single LED flash, Gionee branding, and at the bottom, a single speaker. To the left, we have the power button and the volume rockers, up top, a micro USB port, to the right, a micro SIM card slot, and at the bottom, a 3.5mm headphone jack and the primary microphone. The S5.5 is also very light, and the combination of that with the 5-inch display and 5.5mm thickness results in the Elife S5.5 being a pleasure to use single-handed, even with the included flip cover on. Impressive stuff from Gionee. While looks are great, that doesn't really matter if the internals can't match it, and I'm happy to say that's not the case here with the Elife S5.5. It's powered by the more than capable Mediatek 6592 chipset. This houses 8 Cortex A7 cores clocked at 1.7 GHz each, coupled with a Mali 450 MP4 GPU and 2 gigs of RAM. The phone benchmarks decently, and even under real-time usage scenarios like gaming, while it's no Adreno 330, it does hold up pretty well. Most games run smooth with only the rare occurrences of lag or frames being dropped. The rear speaker is clear and moderately loud, and audio quality via the included earphones was great. Well, all that's good. There are two important issues with the hardware that I feel I need to point out here. Number one, the S5.5 comes with just 16 gigs of onboard storage. You can't add a micro SD card, you can't pay more and get a variant with higher storage capacity. This might be a deciding factor for few. Number two, the phone does get quite warm while running intensive tasks like gaming, a likely side effect of the ultra slim build. Now moving past that, we get to the display, Super AMOLED HD, the same tech used in Samsung's Galaxy S and Note lines. Full HD resolution spread over 5 inches gives the S5.5 a pixel density of 441 pixels per inch. With the deep blacks, the contrast is amazing, and so are the viewing angles. Everything's crisp and sharp, but the screen does feel slightly oversaturated. Depending on where your preferences lie, you're either gonna love or hate this display. Next up, we get to the battery life. The Gionee S5.5 is powered by a 2300 mAh non-user replaceable battery, and the battery life is mediocre at best. We got close to 6.5 hours of video playback on a looping video playback test before the battery ran dry. While you can get through a day on a single charge with light to moderate usage, you'd have to constantly monitor the battery level. Moving on, let's now talk about the camera. The 13 megapixel rear camera shoots decent pictures. Colors are accurately reproduced, the images retain quite a bit of detail and are crisp and sharp. Low light images though are nothing to write home about. The 5 megapixel front camera on the other hand is a delight. The wide angle lens used here is great for those group selfies. It's worth noting that both cameras can record 1080p videos at 30 frames per second, and again the quality is pretty good. Gionee's camera UI is where the S5.5's troubles begin. It's not bad as long as you want to keep things simple, all's well. But once you get to the advanced options, to check the results of every change you make, you need to jump back out since the settings menu is not translucent like on a lot of other devices. On top of that, the whole UI does feel a little cluttered. Anyway, moving on, we now get to the software. The Gionee Elife S5.5 currently runs on Android 4.4 with Gionee's own custom Amigo 2.0 UI on top. And sadly, the same issues that we experienced with the Elife E7 still persist. Still no app drawer, no support for widgets barring the ever-present clock/weather widget. You still can't move pages around, and that coupled with the fact that there's no app drawer, so all your apps go onto the home page, makes sorting through apps a nightmare. But these are minor issues that can be sorted out using a launcher. So I got Nova launcher onto the S5.5 and things improved a lot. It felt a lot better. The UI felt smoother, and while there was still the very occasional stutter or lag, the experience improved drastically. Apps opened up quick and the transitions felt smooth. That being said, not all's bad with Amigo. It does add a few useful features, for example, tap to wake, direct call, and some gesture controls. Gionee's also loaded the S5.5 with a ton of apps, and most of them are pretty useful. This is also one of the very few phones to support call recording out of the box. It's also worth noting that not only does the Elife S5.5 support USB OTG, but Gionee's also thrown in a USB OTG adapter in the box. Good stuff. Finally, we get to the price. You can get the Elife S5.5 today for under 19,000 rupees. That seems to be a pretty decent price, or at least it seemed that way till OnePlus came out of the One and Xiaomi hit Indian shores with the Mi 3. I also want to point out that internationally the S5.5 is repackaged and sold as the AllView X2 sold in Blu Vivo 4 in certain markets. So anyway, what do we have here? Under the pros column, great build, the type of the slimmest smartphone in the world, capable hardware, brilliant display and good cameras. Under cons, we've got subpar battery life, sluggish UI and a relatively higher price. My 2 cents. If build and design are very important to you, you would be happy with the Elife S5.5. On the other hand, if it's performance or price to performance ratio that you seek, you might have to look elsewhere. And anyway, if you do want to pick up a Gionee S5.5 and it's not sold locally where you're from, you can pick one up from merrymobiles.com. I'll leave a direct link down below in the description. If you're from India, it is available from a range of retailers. Before you buy it, you could sign up with GoPaisa.com. GoPaisa is India's highest paying cashback site that helps you get the best deals, be it cashback or coupons. Just sign up with GoPaisa.com and find the store you want. They have a huge list of over 300 stores including Flipkart, Snapdeal and eBay. Head on over to the site, shop. The retailer provides GoPaisa commission and GoPaisa provides you cashback. You can use this cashback to recharge your phone or your DTH or just transfer it to your bank. Anyway, I'll leave a link to GoPaisa.com in the description below, and since they are sponsoring this video, do let them know we sent you by signing up at the URL www.gopaisa.com/ref/c4etech. So with that, I guess we get to the end of this review. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, please do give this video a thumbs up, and for more videos like these, please do stay subscribed. If you do have any video requests for me or any kind of feedback on the video, please let us know. You can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter or Google+. The direct links to all our social networks can be found right below the like button in the description. So once again, thanks a lot for watching guys. Till next time, this is Ash here from C4etech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye bye now.